A new op-ed in the Washington Examiner says critical race theory is being taught in public schools, and our next guest says she has found the evidence. Joining us now after being threatened with a lawsuit for seeking public information on critical race theory in her school's curriculum, Nicole Solas. Nicole, thanks for being here. What documents and information were you asking for?
Well, when I enrolled my daughter in school, I was asking to see the curriculum, and I also was asking for documents showing that they taught critical race theory or gender theory. I was already told that they embed values of gender theory into the kindergarten classroom and all grades at an age-appropriate level, but it still wasn't clear to me how they were practicing gender theory and how they were practicing critical race theory. So the school came back with curriculum that was not current curriculum, so I still don't know what my daughter would be learning. And the school is also telling me that my request for certain information is unclear, or they're telling me that they don't have documents to answer my questions. Now, one question that I submitted, or one request for documents that I submitted, was evidence of systemic racism. Schools are declaring that their entire school district is systemically racist, so it's reasonable to ask for evidence to substantiate a claim like that. But my school came back and told me that my request for that was unclear. I think you're referring to other evidence I found outside of my document request. One was a tweet congratulating teachers in South Kingstown School District for implementing CRT practices. Now, my school district, again, is telling me they don't teach critical race theory, but then I find a tweet saying that they are practicing it. Now, I don't know if this is just a semantics game that, they don't teach the theory in a course, but if they're practicing the practices of the theory, well, then they're teaching it to students.
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into that, because the left's big rebuttal is that critical race theory is a Fox News created problem, a Fox News talking point, and that it is not being taught in K through 12. What's your response to that?
Well, how do they explain this tweet that I found from a private organization, and I still have to investigate who this organization is, saying that the teachers are implementing CRT practices? I think a lot of parents would feel a lot better if the school just said, oh, well, we're teaching critical race theory in the same way that we teach about communism. We're not practicing it. But now I have evidence that they're practicing it. A theory is only practice as its practices. So now that I see that they're practicing it in some way, well, that's even worse. I also found a request for a proposal for an equity audit showing that they want the auditor to be fluent in critical race theory. Well, why do they have to be fluent in critical race theory if we're not teaching it? So the school is engaging in a pattern of obstructionism. They're not being upfront about this information. I shouldn't have to be an investigator and look online for these documents showing that critical race theory is somehow in the district, but here I am doing this. As a result, the Goldwater Institute has stepped in to help me get the information that I'm entitled to. They've submitted a new public record request asking for more specific items, and we hope that the school will be upfront with that information.
How chilling that they even thought about threatening you with a lawsuit in the first place. You pay their salaries. They work for us. Nicole Solas, we appreciate your time and your insight. Keep us posted on your fight. Ashley.
Thank you.